Ladies and gents, welcome back. Another Friday. Every time it comes around, I'd say these Fridays, they just keep coming up so quickly. And I hope everyone brought themselves a wobbly pop for the show, because we're gonna have to wet our whistle tonight over some of the stuff that we're gonna be talking about. Holy yum. All right, let's get the chat in here. Come on in, chat. Where's everybody viewing from tonight? Oh, this is great. Awesome to see you all joining in here. I'd love to see that like button climb up. Get that like button climbing up. I got to remind you every week. I should, because there's so many people, especially new people that just joined the community. Holy cow. I think 2,000 in the past couple week or so. Amazing. Welcome aboard everybody. And welcome to the Friday show. Let me just give you a little introduction. Perhaps you're new, you haven't been here before, and this is your first live show. Every week I do videos Monday through Friday early in the morning. I wake up in the wee hours and I put videos together about topics, things that I think are important to talk about, whether it's Canadian news or cross-border news, other things that are happening around in the world, things that affect us here in Canada. I like to talk about it. So I do my videos, I put them up, and then at the end of the week, throughout the course of the week, there's so many stories that I just don't get to because, I wake up early, I put the videos out, and then I go to work. I pull wrenches all day. And then I get back home and I look at the comments and I see wow, holy cows, look at all the people discussing these topics. It's amazing. So then on Fridays, we can get together, and I love to have this moment with the community where we can talk about a number of these issues, and even things that are happening right now as we speak. But a lot of them are issues that I didn't have enough time. I mean, there's too many things to talk about that I can make videos for. It's too much. And of course, I love my day job, so I'm gonna stick with that. I love being a mechanic. Forget it. It's that's something I always want to do. It's something I love it. I absolutely love it. Got people coming from all kinds of places. South Surrey, we know somebody from South Surrey. We're gonna be talking about him a lot today. Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking South Burnaby. South Surrey, my bad. I know other people from South Surrey. You just got a conservative as an MLA. I know the guy. He's been on the show. Fantastic. Yeah. I'd love to have him back, by the way. That would be really great. Can we get an election for Christmas? Spoiler to everybody who's just joining. Probably not. No, it's not going to happen. And we'll talk about why. But I mean, I kind of gave it away on Twitter with the note where it's what did I write on Twitter? It was something along the lines of, has this guy ever made a promise before? I don't think he's ever broken a promise ever in his whole career, but we'll get into that. Bowen Island, BC, awesome, amazing. I guess I'd love to spend more time on the island. I can't stand the commie boat. It's so expensive, and that's the thing. No, Kyle, you rock. Thanks, I appreciate that. Hey, can you do a cringe dance? I think every dance I do is cringe, so you'd have to be more specific about that. Southern Ontario, welcome to the show. That's a big place. There's a lot of people in Southern Ontario, and there's a huge place. I'm from Southern Ontario originally. I'm from Windsor, Ontario. That's where I grew up. Motor City of Canada. And moved out to beautiful British Columbia in my early 20s. And then I've traveled around. Holy cow. I lived in Japan for a while. Came back to live in British Columbia. And then we're going to be off to other places soon thereafter. But that's going to be a while. It's going to be a while yet. So get used to me being here in British Columbia. Markham, Ontario, reporting. Nice. Awesome. CTR League. Good to have you. Cape Breton. That's on my bucket list. Cape Breton. Everyone tells me it's beautiful. Florida, USA. It's not the bucket list, but I'm going to be there at some point. I'm not kidding. Tecumseh. I've spent a lot of time in Tecumseh. They have some great festivals. Absolutely. And they make some, oh my goodness, the corn is just delicious, and the green beans and all that stuff. Cochrane, Ontario, fantastic place. Kingsville, Ontario, I've passed through before in my in my existence. I can't say I've ever been like actually there. Yeah, start what the intro said. What? Okay. CKXL. Jimmy is pathetic. I'm tired of these unpatriotic grifters. Yeah. It's all about the grift. It's all about the grift. I want my pension. I want to get that money. Give me that moolah. Ottawa. Oh, you guys. No, I love to bug Ottawa because there are so many great people in Ottawa. It's just, some of the worst came out during that convoy. They got invited onto TV. They really didn't represent like the actual people of Ottawa very well. Not so much. Not on TV anyway. The great people of Ottawa came out for the convoy. They were there and they were hanging out and coming out on the streets and thanking truckers. So that's exactly. What Hawkesbury, Ontario. I've never been to Hawkesbury. Maybe Jimmy can move to America. Do you think they want him? You can't move to India. That's for sure. He's not allowed in. He's not allowed in because his ties to unsavory groups of people that like to use the violence in their political pursuits. That's what they like to do. That's their that's stated goals and all those things. Hey, dude, what's the deal with? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Sad. Gets a cage in America. You'll get a cage. That's it. Do you watch Jordan JPB? I'm guessing that's Jordan B. Peterson interview with Terry Glavin. Superb. Is that Terry Glavin? Sorry, I missed that. It scrolled right by. It's Terry Glavin. No, I haven't seen that, and I would like to. Yeah, now that you mention it, I don't know who Terry is, but usually when people say like, "Oh, have you seen that interview with Jordan Peterson?" It's usually a banger. That's usually the way it goes. Sikh Nation, are you from the Sikh Nation? Where's that one? Are you still looking for it? Don't think he's banned from the USA. No, he's not banned from the USA. But I don't think anyone wants jug meat there. Yeah, I don't comment much about other people except the people I absolutely love and adore and love having around. Actually, you know what? I had to tell Kevin I'm doing a solo show tonight. He wanted to join in because he's got a lot to say about this stuff. Kevin is, and you see him a lot. I plug a lot of his tweets. He's gov.exe on Twitter, and he does really good work. He's a self-proclaimed anarcho-capitalist, so along the lines of have your melee. So go check him out. And unfortunately, sorry we didn't have you tonight. I said I'm gonna do a solo show with the audience. But I think is it tomorrow or the next day? I'm going to be on one of his spaces. So we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. I'm really, really stoked on that. Yeah, getting back to the smash the like button part. So this is how it works. This is how YouTube's algorithm works, right? They have a profile that they make for every single user. If you notice, they'll give recommendations that are pretty darn good. Well, the way they do that is they observe what you've been watching in the past little while or what have you. And they say, hey, I can kind of see a trend here on what you like to watch. Let's try to find you more stuff that you like to watch. And if people are liking those things, so say somebody has a similar profile to you and you hit that like button, they're gonna send that out and they're gonna share that with more people of the same kind of caliber, and I would say high caliber. The people that are hanging out watching this show. So this is the thing. Clyde, just love your daily videos, make my day. Thank you, I appreciate that. And you know what, at the end of the day, I'm just really trying to have fun with this. And if you're having fun and I'm having fun, well, we'll keep going. we'll keep doing it because that's what it's all about. And boy, have I been having a lot of fun lately, especially with doing some of the shorts. The shorts are fun. They're fun. I haven't done a lot of like doing editing for a while, and I'm glad to be getting back into it. I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. I think I'm a pretty good editor when it comes down to it, and yeah, I've been trying to showcase some of my skills there on the shorts. You have a good, healthy vibe, Clyde. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are gonna make my ego unhealthy. Stop it. Yeah, that's crazy. Ditto. I believe it when it happens. The man is a snake. Yeah, cringeworthy. Yeah. Yeah, the real cringe. Holy cow. That's a good thing to say, though. Thank you. Santa need a passport to get into the USA. Salute to all Canadians from Pelly River in Yukon, to the river in BC, to the Red River in Alberta, to St. Lawrence River in Quebec. Welcome to my fellow Canadians. Hit the like button on your way in. And welcome to, and here's the thing, I've been pitching this for a while now because I'm a dual citizen. I've always grown up and identified myself as being a citizen of both countries. This is the way it is. So I really want to welcome all the American viewers and all the Canadian expats that are living in the U.S. right now. There's all good reason. We know why you left and you went there. We get it, absolutely. And you know, those unfortunate souls that thought you'd take up residence in Canada from the United States. I mean, that's a thing too, and I know a bunch of you as well. So this is a thing. On Thego with the $5 super chat saying, "I must be high caliber." Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Thank you for the thanks for that. I really appreciate that. That's really nice. Really nice of you. He's such a fake Canadian. He moved to America unless we're the 51st state, and I still like you, Clyde. No, I live in British Columbia. But we do have plans to move to Texas. That's the thing. Great job, Clyde. Great content. Keep it coming. And the reason why it hasn't happened yet is because unlike a lot of other people that we've heard about recently, I didn't want to cross the border and do things the wrong way. I wanted to do everything legitimately and legally. Now I'm a U.S. citizen, so I could just go and move to the United States, no problem. It's my right to do that. However, my wife doesn't have that right. She's a Canadian. She's a Canadian green card holder. It's a permanent resident holder, and from Japan. And so we have to do all the immigration stuff. We got to make it happen. We got to make sure the kids are sorted. And that's I just believe in doing things the right way. That's the way we should do it. Kyle, what's with all the emojis? Because he's emotional. It's just the way to go. Hey, by the way, if you're a member of the channel, there are additional emojis that are specific to the channel. I should get in and update some of those too. We should add some more. But those are available to members of the channel. There's Mr. Roscoe Pico, member of the channel. Kyle, the keyboard warrior. Yeah, sure. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. That's how we're rolling here. But let's get those likes up, because we're not even at a halfway ratio right now for how many people are in the chat, hanging out, watching the live, and how many likes are on there. Let's see that rise. Let's see that rise way up. Rise to the occasion. I'm just having fun. Guys. This is a blast. I love doing these lives because I like hanging out and getting a lot of this feedback. Howard Hawks' Red River is one of the best John Wayne flicks. 15 Days of Duke was always a Christmas tradition in my house. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. You know what Christmas movie I haven't seen in a really, really long time is Die Hard. I haven't seen Die Hard in a while. Maybe I should do that again, because it's been a minute. And wait, the Russians are the bad guys again, remember? Okay, yeah, that's we got to do it. We got to do it for sure. Oh, that's just on a Friday, so delicious. Freedom. What's this? Okay, you guys are chatting amongst each other. Okay, I'll take that as a cue to let's get on to some of these stories, because I want to talk about a few of these things. Now, one of the things, first and foremost, before we get into all the Jimmy McJugger stuff, oh, Mike. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that last name, but thanks, Mike, for the $5 super chat. Did you get caught up in the CBC ordeal the other day? No, I did not. I didn't. So I wasn't. I think we could probably get into that. So I talk with Northern Perspective quite a bit. I was actually chatting with Ryan and Tanya last night. They did a Zoom meeting thing. I kind of popped in. I was a bit late and I missed a lot of what was happening. And then I just ended up chatting with Ryan and Tanya afterwards. What happened with CBC is I have a bit of a different take, and not it's not like a contrarian take. It's more of I have a lot of experience with YouTube. I've been doing YouTube videos in one way or another for over 10 years. I started off doing DIY stuff and then I got into commentary later. But yeah, Northern Perspective is great. They're fantastic. I got a ton of respect for them. They do solid content, and just look at the performance of their channel. It shows. It shows when you've got a great attitude and you put out great content. That's what happens. They're killing it, and they're killing it for a reason, because they make great stuff. So when it came to the CBC story, now there was, how can I put this? Well, in fact, I can probably pull up their tweet. What was their tweet? Oh, this was the one for the for that thing. Get on the other page. Come on, do it. So they put this out. CBC update. We're calling the first conservative YouTuber town meeting on our next steps with regards to CBC. And what it was okay. I'll have to re-explain the story, because there's probably a lot of people who don't know what was going on with it. So Northern Perspective had a video taken down by, I'm a paid member for Clyde and Northern Perspective. Awesome. That's amazing. So what happened was Northern Perspective, they were doing their usual content, which involves other videos. You have to, there's no way around it. You have to show what the news is talking about. You have to show this or that. You have to show what's happening in Parliament in order to get your point across. And this all falls under what's in the DMCA, or the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. They get into fair use. There's older laws to do with fair use, and then the Canadian system has some other separate but similar things to do with fair use. But with the fair use doctrine, the way it works is it's assumed that somebody can use your intellectual work on a number of certain grounds. They can't just take your content and rip it and upload it and publish it in their own way. That's not allowed. But there are cases where you are allowed to do it, and you are allowed to do it without even getting the permission of the original creator, in fact. And a lot of this comes in the form of essentially like commentary, news, education, all of these kinds of topics. If you're going to be discussing a topic and then you show little clips of a thing, it falls under fair use, which means there's no repercussions. There's no ground that anyone would have to stand on to come after you for revenue or anything like that, or sue you. There's no damages to be had. Now, there's certain gray areas, like if you're going to be commenting over a thing, but you end up taking the entire market of that thing, i.e. somebody else would have watched it on its original thing, but you made it available in its entirety. And even though you added commentary, you showed it in its entirety. And now those people would never have to go back and watch it if that was something of their interest. They wouldn't even bother or need to. So that's where the gray area comes in. Now, Northern Perspective wasn't infringing on that. They were showing something from Parleview. Parleview, which is I believe it's open source, and it's not supposed to be copywritten at all. It's a government thing. It's available to anybody who wants to consume that. So that's out there. Now, that being said, what happened and what I perceive to have happened in this case is CBC also publishes that work, right? And they'll publish it in a number of different ways. But the audio that was in there in their work was matched the exact same audio as Parleview. So, in fact, Parleview would have gotten the copyright claim if they were uploading to YouTube. I'm sure CPAC would have gotten the claim, and you'd have to like actually go and ask CPAC. Okay, somebody's spamming now. Okay, sorry, you spam, you get the boot. That's the way it goes. So, yeah, I'd love to actually get in touch with CPAC and see if they got a copyright claim from CBC. So what ended up happening was not only Northern Perspective, but a bunch of other creators who had used a particular clip from the House of Commons the other day all got nabbed with nope, it's not a takedown notice, and it's not a strike, it's a copyright claim. And you know, I made sure to make this I think Marty asked me on Twitter if I had experienced any of that, and no, because I didn't use that clip. But I have had CBC claim my videos before because of clips that I used. And then the other option to do is just take it down and re-upload it with like a mosaic over the particular spot, or warble the audio so that it really, at the end of the day, it's the automated system that's picking this up, right? So the automated system will pick it up, and then it alerts CBC, which has an automatic flag it for monetization. So the YouTuber doesn't get any strike or anything like that, but they'll get any money they would have made from the video. It goes to the CBC now. And that's kind of, yeah, that sucks. That sucks a lot, right? That would suck a whole lot. Now, what ends up happening there is then, you know, you as the creator would say, no, you can't claim this because this reason or that reason or whatever, right? Fair use is an often used one. So that's one way you can go about it. But what Northern Perspective said was, that's not even yours. It was from Parleview, and it's open. It's open to be used, and it's totally fair use. So they said to CBC, no, you can't claim this. It's not yours to claim. And then it went into CBC, and then they apparently quickly reclaimed it and said, no, that is ours. So that's really bad. That's really bad. So at the end of the day, you know, you could take it however which way this went. My assumption, because I'm just looking at it like, you know, Occam's razor, you know, the simplest explanation is usually the way it actually went down. And the way I believe it went down was it went to CBC, and then, you know, the auto claim went, and then Northern Perspective said, nope, it's not yours. And then when they got the email saying that the claimant says it's not yours, and probably some intern went, yeah, it is. And that's it. Now, at the end of the day, what needs to happen is, because apparently they've been doing this a lot. They just like submit the claim, boom, no, it's not, it's ours. That kind of thing. If you've ever done this on the YouTube side, if you say no, this is my content, they give you all these like very legal, scary disclaimers, like you could be, you know, getting in a lot of trouble if you say this. What I think should happen is CBC should get a big old spanking from YouTube. Not from anybody else. I think from YouTube. I think YouTube needs to go to the CBC and say, listen, you can't just quickly willy-nilly process these and say, no, it's your content. because it's not your content, and we're finding this out the hard way. And if you want to be, because here's the thing on YouTube, if you say like, because you have to say my videos are family friendly and it's good for all advertisers and all that stuff. And if you say things in your video and they deem it not good for advertisers, later, if that happens to you enough, they just don't trust you anymore. And then they make it really hard for you to monetize your channel. So what I'm saying is YouTube should do that to CBC. They should make it hard for them because they're not being truthful in this, with their false claims, you know, and like, yeah, it's automated, but then there's a second step that takes a person. And when that person makes a step, that needs to be punished because they need to be more frugal or more sensible with what they're looking at, because there are a lot of people commenting on CBC content, and that is fair use. That is absolutely fair use. And, you know, if somebody's just sitting in the corner of a screen picking their nose to a video, that's not fair use. It isn't. It has to be commentary. And that's the way it goes. Myron ends with a $5 super chat, says, Northern Perspective actually had one of those removed by the CBC. Have not heard about the second. Yeah, so one got removed. Wow, we got trolls in the chat tonight. Good job, trolls. You're getting kicked out by the mods. Oh, shucks. Face it, Canada, you're stuck with Trudeau and the libs for the foreseeable future. Oh, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that for sure. I think they're winning their dispute. Yeah, and that's the truth. Northern Perspective is winning the dispute. Now, they raised the fuss, and that's fine. Oh, wow. Somebody's really flexing their their neck beard tonight. multiple accounts. Great. Awesome. Everybody's impressed. Hey Clyde, you want to swap lids? I like your ball cap, dude. Swap it with with what? With what? I see that it's Jagmeat making that comment. Would it be with perhaps one of these? Is that what you're trying to swap with? No, I'm good. I'll pass. I'll pass. Oh yeah, mods are good. Mods are good, and I'm glad we've got mods, because sometimes this happens like this. That's amazing. Mr. Roscoe Pico with a $10 super chat. Are the NDP liberals clinging on in fear of repercussions on foreign interference and other repercussions from the endless list of scandals and missing money? Now that one, I don't know if I'm so confident with. I don't know if that's why they're hanging on to it. And here's where, like, I'm sorry, but I don't really have a ton of confidence, and I would love to be proven wrong on this one. I don't have a ton of confidence that the Conservatives are going to come in and go hard at all of the corruption. I would love to be proven wrong on that, because I would love to see the corruption gone after, because that's amazing. Wow, somebody's really, you're gonna use up all your aliases. You're gonna use them all up. But that's the thing. What I'm concerned about is that that's not going to be the case. And this is why I like Marty up north and myself have been saying this for some time. You're gonna see us. People are going to get mad at us real fast when the Conservatives get in, because we're going to be the first to hold their feet to the fire. Pom-poms are not coming out. They're not coming out. We know they're going to win. And we're going to make sure that they hold to their promises. Drew Coover with a $2 super chat. I want to be an in-person moderator. How do you do that online? I don't know how that works. That's... NDP aren't clinging anymore, even if they vote non-confidence on the first day they're back. Election won't happen. 37 days, his pension will be in. Yeah. McLovin with a $5 super chat. Lamborghini Veneo. Wow. Somebody's really flexing tonight. Awesome. Good job. F blockchain, Mary. Anyway, McLovin, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, Jugmeat's falling apart. So anyway, back to the story of copyright infringement. I've always been very cautious of copyright and copyright stuff. And typically, because I'm only ever using small snippets of clips and things like that on my videos, not very long, like whole videos or anything like that. And I'm typically not sitting like on live stream with anything just running. So I don't run into a lot of these issues, but yeah, that is something to be concerned about. That is something absolutely to be concerned about. And the other thing is I've had clips that were even the short clips where they get flagged. And you'll probably have noticed this at certain points while being a viewer, unless you're brand new. And if you're brand new, then welcome and thanks for coming. And you'll get to see this in the future. Sometimes I'll upload a video and it'll get nabbed right away. And I'll go, oh, okay. It'll tell you specifically the markers for where that clip was, and it'll show you, and it gives you options. Like if it's sometimes it's a video. I don't agree with you. Pierre will show us Canadians what he can do once he becomes PM. I got a hunch Pierre will do what he says he'll do. See, I got a hunch that he'll do a lot of the things that he says he does, but then there's other things that he's promised that I'm not sure. And the massive, I mean, the amount of corruption, I really hope they do it. I'm not gonna be a contrarian or a poo-pooer. Like I'm not gonna poo-poo on the idea. I really hope they do. But where was I? Yeah, so they'll tell you what sections have the things. Sometimes it's even like I'll have a video from Pierre or somebody that put it out on social media, and there'll just be music to it, and then that gets claimed. And there's certain techniques you got to use. Now YouTube's pretty good for remove music, that kind of thing. I love Canada. I love our freedoms. I'd love to keep them. I'd love to get back some of the ones we've lost. Those content creators got flagged on videos with zero CBC content. CBC was forced to back down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what was being claimed was the audio from the clip, because the audio actually came from Parliament. And it didn't matter if you were using ParlView or you were using CPAC, wherever you got your audio from. If it was that particular clip, it would have got flagged. And CBC was the one flagging it. And yeah, it's a false flag. That's how that works. So I don't typically blame them for the auto flagging. Where I blame them is when they afterwards, after you've told them that it's not their clip, and they come in and manually say, yeah, it was our clip. That's where they're in the wrong. Absolutely. But that's where it is. Now, I heard this opinion get thrown out there. Shouldn't CBC, because it's tax funded, shouldn't we all have access to it? That's an argument. That's an argument to be had. It's why do they have such yeah, why do they have those indeed? Not so Freeland stepped down because of a neurological disorder. I don't know if I buy that one. I think she just has a lot of demons inside, and it's such a small package that it's really hard to contain them. That's my explanation. Anyway, seems suspect to me. So many channels in 1 week. Again, everybody was talking about there were so many channels talking about the same specific moment. And that would be why. That's the thing. So was it malicious? If it was malicious, in my opinion, they would have gone for takedowns. It wouldn't have been claiming the revenue. It would have been trying to take the channel down. You seen The attack in Germany? No, I don't even know about it. God brings us. Yeah. CBC doesn't allow comments. Pretty pathetic for a public broadcaster. That's another thing. The public broadcaster should have open comments. But how do you, I guess you could geotag it, but then people could freak that by using a VPN, something like that, something along those lines. G-Meister gifting 10 memberships to the channel. Woo! G-Meister, thank you so much. And all you 10 people get in the get in there and give G-Meister a big thank you for that. Very generous. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Apparently Carney is godfather to one of her sons. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. Yeah, the nepotism is strong with the liberals. Anyway, let's get into some of this other stuff. I wanted to talk about some things, and this is how these live streams go. If you're new, get used to this. This is how it goes. This is actually how it goes. Yeah, I get sidetracked. I'll go into rants. I'll go into all kinds of different things that are, yeah, we get into topics. We get into topics. That's the way it works here in these live streams. But I do want to get in here, and I'd love to throw maybe a little bit of a sponsorship. Yeah, that's right. I sponsor myself. Why don't we talk about this? I love coffee. I love coffee. I know I'm drinking my wobbly pops now, but I drink coffee in the mornings and all day long. Usually, I'm a coffeeholic. I love this stuff. I get energetic. But what I get energetic about is actually being part of the production of this coffee. It is been a real learning experience, learning what good coffee makes a good cup, how different types are done in different ways, and why we roast them this way and not that way. This is something amazing. Yuji has been a godsend with this. He is a roaster from Vancouver, and we've collaborated in this project to bring everybody some really tasty coffees. We've got a bunch of different flavors. Maga medium, we're making Americanos great again if you like dark roast, dark humor, your morning coping mechanism, and of course a decaf option available in whole bean or ground if you like it that way. And the best part about this is, you know what? It's amazing. We found another shipper to get this stuff out to people. And here's the thing. It was really expensive with Canada Post. And then they said, you know what? You're going on holiday, and so are we. Sign it out. And they screwed everybody. They screwed everybody over, and that's the way government works. So we found a workaround. We found a way to get that coffee to you at a cheaper price, And you know, we're doing I think it's a flat rate thing. And if you're way out in the Maritimes, we're gonna be kind of eating it on that one. But we want to get coffee out to people. So if you're interested, if you like drinking coffee, get on over there. The link is always in the description down below. It's simple to remember. It's Clyde Do Something, and this is the Clyde Brew Something lineup. And of course, we also have the Wobbly Pops t-shirt. If you're a big fan of the Wobbly Pops, get on over there and pick yourself up one of those. We've been working hard at this, and I'm very proud of the product that we have. And I'm not just the owner. I'm also a client. Was that old phrase? Yeah, I drink the coffee every single day. It's my favorite roast. It's my favorite brew every morning. Now let's get into some of these stories. I wanted to talk about Edison Motors, and to do this, I'll bring this back over and I'll bring that chat back. Come on back in here, chat. You got soy for me and my boys? Is that what you're looking for? All right, I'm just trying to read the chat, and there's all kinds of weird stuff happening tonight. Thanks for being here, everyone. Yes, and thank you for being here, Solar. You've been getting a real exercise as a moderator tonight. It's it's a lot of fun. Justin Trudeau, Christopher Freeland, hold my beer. I am Legion. I hear that Canada Post owns Purelator. Can someone confirm this? I can't confirm that. I don't know that. Canada's taking out the trash. That's what we got to do. Amped up Clydesters don't need more coffee. That's fine. That's fine. Clyde, do you still have a PO box? Yes, and it should still be listed on the channel. And now they're delivering to it, because yeah, I still have to pay for my PO box, but they just weren't using it for all that time. But let's get into this. I wanted to talk about Edison Motors. Edison Motors is a brilliant company here in British Columbia. It's right up there, one of those more innovative, exciting, new, cutting edge, top notch guys that are. Do you have decaf? I can't drink regular. I drink decaf all the time, and we make decaf. It's great. It's Swiss water decaffeinated method, no chems. It's really good. So I'll vouch for how good that is, because I love it. So these guys, Canada Post owns 91% of Pure Later. I did not know that. That's disappointing. So we're not going through Pure Later. We have a different company that we're going through, and we'll get that coffee out to you. Edison is a brilliant Canadian company. Yes. And, you know, I've been trying to get Chase Barber on the show. I've talked with him a few times. He's a really busy guy, and like Friday evenings is hard for him to come out for. Try to work something out. But I mean, I work a day job too, right? So he's working at the same time. So at one point we're gonna make this happen, get it working. Yes. Edison Motors. Edison Motors is a company right here in British Columbia that's been doing something that I've been advocating for since before I even knew they were doing it. I'm an auto mechanic myself, so I think I know a thing or two about vehicles and how they work. Now, I've been excited about what Elon Musk has been doing for a while. I like the idea of Teslas. I think one thing they should have done, though, right out of the gates is said, here's another option for a hybrid. That would have been great. The all-electric thing is very limited, in my opinion. I don't think that industry should be doing all-electric. I don't think, rural areas, it works very well. I don't think cold areas, there's a lot of that in Canada, works very well. But what does work is what's been used for a long time is diesel electric. But now we're incorporating some better technology in with this to use it in road vehicles, roadworthy and off-highway industry vehicles, and it's fantastic. And so Edison Motors has been a real pusher of this, a purveyor of making this happen by just doing it. Enough talking, enough talk, right? Enough talk. Just get out there and get it done. And this is what they've done. And they've done it by putting a business together and getting on it. And there is so much demand for their product now. It's unbelievable. But why is it so hard to make their product? Well, because they can't find anywhere in Canada where they can actually get these products made. It's insane. But this is an ongoing battle they're having with just getting a location, a shop. You think every municipality would be begging this, green, energy efficient company to come into their township? No, this hasn't been the case. Myron N says for $5 says Edison partnered up with DeBoss Garage, another YouTuber. Check out the content. I know DeBoss Garage. I didn't know that they hooked up. That's really cool. Here's Chase Barber talking about what went down in Terrace, BC.
I am so tired of all the bullshit regulation in this country that just stops businesses. Since we were looking for a new shop, a lot of you guys asked, what happened to that shop in Terrace? You guys had an offer. I thought you were moving up to Terrace. I will tell you exactly what happened to that property in Terrace. It was a beautiful shop. They used to do the old Hayes HDXs, so it had a history of truck manufacturing. It had everything we needed. It was nice. It had overhead cranes. It had an office space. We put in an offer on it. That offer got accepted. We had the financing all lined up with an investor who was going to buy that for us to operate in. But here's what happened. We had to apply to the city of Terrace to operate, and the city of Terrace said, we don't really want to see that manufacturing here. They said they were only going to give us a 3-year permit to operate in. That's not worth the investment for us to just move there for 3 years.
No.
They said manufacturing doesn't look good for their city. They'd rather see something commercial like a coffee shop or a dealership or something else on that property. They just didn't want to see manufacturing jobs. I am so tired of all the bullshit.
How has that happened? How has that happened in Canada? How has it happened that the people who are in charge of giving yeses or nos, why do they even have a choice? Why do they even have a choice? At the end of the day, you kidding me? Like, get out of the way is the reality. But you got these people working in government, and they're saying we don't want an electric diesel manufacturer to come and build trucks in our riding, our region. We would prefer if it was a coffee shop or something like that. Oh, don't you know that'd be a fantastic thing to have another coffee shop here in Terrace? Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be great to just have another coffee? You can't be kidding. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. But this is where it's gone. And this video came out today. Edison Motors putting this out. Chase Barber saying Terrace wanted us. They just couldn't get out of their own way. This is insane. This is where it gets really crazy. So after all of that, they finally said, yeah, we want you. Here's the problem though.
The insane part is that Terrace wanted us to move up there and take that shop. That shop has been abandoned for 20 years, and they said it was an eyesore in the community, and they're glad to have somebody move in there. But they got so carried away with all of their own regulations and red tape and bureaucracy that they couldn't even allow us to manufacture semi-trucks in a plant that was designed and built to manufacture semi-trucks. You look what happened in the community. The sawmill shut down. Hundreds of people lost their jobs. The major pipeline construction project just ended. They needed the work, and we were able to move in there and provide that work, but they couldn't get a single zoning permit changed to allow us to operate, and the most they could do was a 3-year temporary permit. They wanted us there. They had everything lined up. They needed the jobs, but they couldn't get through their own red tape that they fucking made for their own selves to let us move in there. That's how insane this country is. They can't get out of their own way. They
couldn't get around their own red tape that they wrote. This is the reality of it. Everything is a roadblock. Everything is a damn roadblock in this country. People, and Chase is doing his damnedest not to just pick up and move to the US. I've heard him talking about this. There are so many places in the US, like in Oregon and in Washington, that are like, yeah, come on down. Yeah, come. We'll give you grants. We'll give you all kinds of stuff. Come on down. And Chase is like, no, I want to keep this Canadian. I want to make this a thing. And they are not helping. I'm not kidding. And you know what? At the end of the day, like, seriously, they would be better off in the US. But this is why we're in such pain right now. This is only one example of many. And this isn't even to get into their debacle with the government when it came to grants. Because if you're a business person and there are grants available for a business, you apply for them. If you don't, you're dumb. I mean, you're paying taxes. Getting a grant is just getting a bit of your tax money back, and just in a roundabout sort of way. So yeah, of course they're like, oh yeah, you want green projects? We'll give in for some of these green projects. That's what they said. And what happened? Well, they felt their big mistake was they wanted to save a buck, because they wanted to be more frugal with their money. So they didn't go through this agency that helps you file your grant paperwork. So because and this is where they made their mistake. They filed it and it got rejected. And then it turns out that anybody who files on their own pretty much gets rejected. And the way to get around that is to work with the agency that helps you file it. Well, who's the agency that decides on the rejection or the acceptance of it? The agency that helps you write it and charges you like 10% of the grant. That's right. That's right. This is how it works in Canada. It is just corrupt beyond all belief. It's corrupt beyond all belief. And of course, it's a private company. It's a private company. And they're saying, oh, it's impartial. It's not the government that's making the decision. Yep, 10% for the big guy. That's how it works. If you want to get 10% of every government grant goes to this private business that's just an extortion racket to get your grants for things. This is what people think that their tax money is going to, but so much of it is just getting funneled into this just corruption. It's just unbelievable. And the more you learn about it, the more, like, how do you just not come away from this all just completely cynical? And this is why I say, like, okay, I know the Conservatives are going to get in. When they prove that they're actually going to tackle this, I want to be there for it, because I will be celebrating. I will be absolutely celebrating that. Only about 20% of tax revenue goes to public services. Where do you get that number, Knox? I'd love to see the data on that. Clyde, it's 30%. Is it 30% to that company? You got to be kidding me. Elon holds a passport and could be PM. How funny would that be? He does Doge for 4 years and then comes to do the PM thing here in Canada. That's funny. That really is funny. Cynicism's not a bad thing. Well, a healthy dose of cynicism isn't a bad thing. It can go too far. It absolutely can. Dale Tulk with the 279 super chat. We all need to take back our cities. Red tape. It's all red tape. It's all red tape. It's gross. Granite Man with the $2 super chat. Jugmeat is about as trustful as a resort casino. Oh, you're giving him too much credit. You are. Oh, that's hilarious. Doge is going to affect Canada as well as the Diddy thing and everything it breaks open. I hope so. I really do. Sarcasm is necessary for sanity. It is. It is. I give a lot of it. My wife gets annoyed with it sometimes. She's Japanese and they don't do a lot of sarcasm. So that's been a cultural shock for my wife. It's funny though. It really is. It really is. But let's move on, because I'll get frustrated. Let's get frustrated at the next thing. There's too much to get frustrated about. This is why we need mockery. We need mockery, because this is the stuff that keeps people smiling. Elon was live streaming Path of Exile 2 from his jet. No lie. Too funny. That's awesome. How many people going to local town hall and rabble rousing? You gotta get more people on that. Speaking of which, I'm excited. I'm excited to announce this. Marty and I were putting together a meet and greet. We've done meet and greets before. We did one in Calgary a while back, and the showing was fantastic. So we're like, we should do this again. We did a bit of a meet and greet when we went to Victoria for that conference, which was a lot of fun. We had a great time at that, and we want to do another meet and greet, and we're going to do this in January. So we're looking at January. I think it was the 25th. It's a Saturday. If anybody's available in the Lower Mainland Sea to Sky corridor. I don't know how far people want to travel out for it, but it's going to be happening in the town of Squamish, British Columbia, and it's going to be happening at a little pub. It's not so little. There's quite a bit of room at that place, called the Shady Tree Pub in Squamish, BC, on the 25th of January. We'll give you, as we get closer to the day, we'll give you more of a time and all that stuff. But on that evening, we're going to get together. We're going to have wobbly pops with everybody. It's super fun. It's great. Braden Neglis, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The 279 super chat. Come back to Calgary. That might happen. Boo, flying to Ottawa. So Marty and I have been talking about this because our goal in these is to bring locals together. We're going to bring people from local regions, ridings, within a drive of each other together, because yeah, it's fun. The draw is you guys get to come out and meet us, and that's fun. And I love hearing everybody's stories. It's awesome. It really is a lot of fun. But what's more satisfying is the long friendships that end up coming out about from these unions, from these meetings. So we meet up, and then so many people are meeting each other, and they're meeting each other. And this is how you get communities going. This is how you get things to change, is you get more and more people to discuss things with each other. People feel more comfortable. They're meeting up all the time. Other people are overhearing in conversation, and they're going, wow, this is mainstream. This is what everybody's thinking. This is great. So this is how you popularize ideas. Granite Man for $2 says Trudeau's new ministers have Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, they do. Yeah, absolutely. They're just happy they got picked. Come to Fort McMoney. Can I pull a shift while I'm there? We'll see. So our plan with these meetups is going to be, again, to bring people together. Sounds very cool. I wish I was out west to do the meetup. So don't fret. We're talking about taking this on the road. Obviously, I've got a schedule, and I got a family, I got all that stuff. But every once in a while, every so many months, Marty and I can both fly to a place and meet together, get hotel rooms, and do a meetup. It's really not that complicated. We have the technology. We can do this. So because the other ones were such a great experience, we'd love to bring that experience to other places and do this. Come to Newfoundland. It's God's country. Bring a lot of money with you, though. Victoria. We've been to Victoria, and I'm assuming if that conference is on again, and we get the invites again, we'll be there, and we'll do it at that time. Sounds like a good time. We'll be coming to the GTA. That's a possibility. I'll have to make sure I don't have anything that people would want to rob from me. We've seen the way the GTA's been going. We were joking the other night, Marty and I. We're talking about it, and we're joking about Ottawa being a possibility. Who knows? We'll see where we end up going. But yeah, for this time around, anybody that's interested in this, it's in Squamish, British Columbia. So if you're in Pemberton, Whistler, all the way out of Lillooet, if you're in Vancouver, Langley, even Surrey, if you might have to come out a little bit, any of those places, it might be a little bit of a trek, but this is where it's happening. There's hotels in Squamish. They're beautiful hotels, and they're very reasonable. So this is one of those things. We're going to make that happen. Clyde, don't take expensive equipment to Toronto. No, you get robbed for sure. Gordon Hefferman with a $5 super chat. You and Marty rock. Thanks. I appreciate that. And like I said, it is so much fun to meet everybody and hear everybody's story. This is what drives us, because it's fun. It's fun to go out. I'm a social butterfly, so I really enjoy it, and I really like bringing people together. It takes people from this community, and it makes it a whole other thing, because it becomes real world, real life. I mean, we could all sit on the internet and Complain, I know, but we can go out and meet each other. That's another thing that we can do. Do both. Do both. I'm not dogging the sitting down and complaining thing. Merry Christmas, Tracy. Absolutely. Merry Christmas, everybody. I probably won't have a chance. I probably won't have a chance in a live to say Merry Christmas to everybody. So this is the day that I should, because Marty and I's next live stream will be on Boxing Day. So that's that. Yeah. Calgary. Well, we already did one in Calgary, so I don't know if the next one will be in Calgary, or we'll probably end up doing one in Calgary again at some point. I mean, it makes sense. Marty's in Calgary. Austin says Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas, Austin. I would love to take you out on a boat in the Fraser River. Well, I'd love to go on a boat in the Fraser. Wow. That would be fantastic. Hit me up. Hit me up. And Marty would probably want to go for that too. Marty loves angling and all that stuff. Marty's awesome. Marty is awesome. I couldn't believe, like, we've been doing this for more than 2 years now. Time flies. It's crazy. One is immigration issues. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Adventure Outdoors. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you before the New Year, though. All the best to you and your family, Clyde. All the best to every one of you. You gotta be kidding. I love that name. I do love that name. And don't forget, if you're a Discord user, get in the Discord. A lot of Clydesters in Alberta. That is very true. Will do sturgeon fishing. I've never been sturgeon fishing. It looks exciting. They're huge, ancient animals. Trish Prue, the 279 super chat. Clyde and Marty are great huggers. It's true. It's true. We'll risk getting COVID for you guys. No, boating accident. Pew pews are missing. Oh, where did they go? I guess they're lost forever. I guess they're gone. Okay, let's get into the story, because we got to talk about this, or else I'll just ramble on with the chat all evening. We can ramble on with the chat more. Don't worry, that'll happen as well. As an American, I love watching Canadian politics. Merry Christmas, sir. Jehovah's Thickness. That name. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Milady Loves Cats with a $10 super chat. Good evening and Merry Christmas to all. By the way, Clyde, love the checkered shirts. Hey, yeah, you notice I changed it up a little bit. I was doing the all black thing. I was trying to just stay neutral, so that, you know, if I had to edit where it was like halfway between a video or something, I just always have the same. It got tiresome. I wanted to just like change it up. So I'm glad you like it. I'm very glad you like it. Where were we? Thank you. Milady Loves Cats. I really appreciate that. Oh yeah, Meri kurisumasu, Clyde and family. From Chewbacca. Is that Chewie? Is that the Chewbacca that I know? Maybe. I always laugh at the way Japanese people pronounce Christmas. The way they say it, to be, because they shorten everything. They just say merikuri, which is hilarious. But like Christmas in English has 2 syllables, Christmas, and in Japanese it's kurisumasu. Kurisumasu. Yeah, it's something. 5 syllables. Chris B with a $6.99 super chat. Breaking news: Pierre asking GG to reconvene the House of Commons for emergency non-confidence vote ASAP. Jagmeet, no pension. See Pierre's recent video post. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm trying to work my way up to it, but we just, you know, keep talking about other things. Clyde, how tall are you? I think I'm like 5'9". I'm about the same height as Marty. I'm not super tall, no, but I'm not short. I'm like right in the middle somewhere. Perfect mechanic height, actually, because every hoist is just, it goes up and it's never too tall, but it's never too low. Like tall guys never do very well as mechanics. Like really bad on your back. Yeah, like Sandy said, it's actually 30%. That's crazy. Taller than me. Four-wheel drive BTO still rocks the bar. Anyway, God, you're short. I'm 6'5". Okay, everyone's short compared to you if you're 6'5". That's where we're at. All right, here we go. Jagmeet Singh. Jagmeet won't support an election until he has his pension. Canada calls on every citizen to remove every minister under the NDP banner. If they won't remove him, we can remove them. This is how it works, but we have to do it in an election. We're being held back on that. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans, welcome back. $2 super chat. Why are Canadians so docile? Ben Stiller is short. Ben Stiller is short. I don't know. I've gone hiking with Marty. Oh, have I gone hiking with Marty? No, I haven't gone hiking with Marty. I mean, I've gone walking with Marty, but that's not he goes on like for days. I would love to. We were gonna do the hunting trip because he goes once every fall. I was gonna do the hunting trip with him this past year, but then I got evicted from my home. So yeah, that was a big knot in my plans, to say the least. Let's go on with this. So this is Jugme. I got to bring the story up to speed. So there's some people that haven't been paying attention. So bear with me if you're up to speed and you just want to hear the most recent stuff. That's the thing. I think Jag's party made a deal with him regarding his pension. Possibly. I trust mechanics like I trust politicians. Well, yeah, it's your prerogative. I'm an honest mechanic. It's one of those. We're not docile. We're too comfortable. Yeah, we're too comfortable. Drama teachers are short on brains. Boom. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans for $2 says Ben Stiller is almost 5'4". Wow. Wow. I saw him on Hot Ones recently. That was a good one. Do you think Pierre won't do when he gets in? I think he's gonna do stuff, but my reservation is on everything, and a lot of things that people say he's gonna do, but he's never said that he was gonna do. You know what I mean? Clyde, read my super chat. Chris B, I did. I did. What are you talking about? I read your super chat. I don't think I missed it. Yeah, no, I did read it. See Pierre's most recent post. I'm gonna get to Pierre's most recent post. Come home to Windsor. Yeah, that's a possibility. I could go out there. That would be fun. I got my mod DMing me, telling me how many people he's kicked out of the chat today. Trolls. Yeah, Iron Pelvis is your name? That's funny. Thanks for the $2. Oh man, you guys crack me up. All right, so gov.exe is corrupt. He posted this one. This was a little while ago, right? This wasn't just recently. This was on the 20th. Jagmeet Singh sends a very clear message saying he's prepared to vote non-confidence in March when he gets his pension because he's tired of Trudeau putting himself ahead of Canadians. Shut up, you. Okay, that's his own contexture on there. Here's the clip.
Justin Trudeau and the Liberals
with some audio. Here we go.
Are focused on themselves. They're fighting themselves instead of fighting for Canadians. And for that reason, today I'm calling on Justin Trudeau to resign. He has to go.
Will you declare no confidence in the Liberal government as soon as possible?
All tools, all options are on the table. That means everything is possible. But what is clear, given what we have seen, Justin Trudeau and a Liberal government that are focused on themselves, they are infighting at a time when people cannot even do their groceries. They can't even find homes that are affordable. And we've got the threat of Donald Trump and 25% tariffs that mean hundreds of thousands of jobs are at risk. Because of that, I'm saying very clearly that Justin Trudeau has to resign. All options on the table. Thank you very much.
Justin Trudeau has to resign. All options on the table. Iron Pelvis with another $5 super chat says, "I'll hook you up, dude. I'm a tech too." Awesome. I worked as a tech there a long time ago. I wonder if the shops are still around that I had worked at. That would be interesting. But thank you for the offer. That could be on the agenda on the road trip if Marty and I hit the road and go to some different places. Possibly. It's been a very long time since I've been to Windsor, but I still have friends there. So that could possibly be a thing. Jagmeet just mimics what Pierre says. Yes, he does. And then he says all this stuff about Pierre Poilievre is going to make all these changes and we can't have that. That can't be one of the things that we're going to allow that. G Meister, the $5 super chat, says, "Jimmy Dollywall reminds me of something stinky and brown dripping down a baby's leg." Oh, what? That's graphic, my man. That is G Meister. Wow. Keep it kosher here. Jugme gives me a headache. Yeah. What is Jugmeat hiding under the wrap? I don't know. Oh my. It's savage. There you go. Yeah, he's so out to lunch. He's so out to lunch on this stuff. But what does he do? So did I still have that clip of him? I gotta find it. Let me find this real quick, because this is a clip of him yakking on the news, and I think I may have lost the clip. Did I? I gotta find it. Make sure I have the right clip. I've got so many clips now. It's like the whole week's worth of clips all in a Chrome tab. I give my computer a break at the end of the week. That's what I usually do. No, I can't find it. Let me type it in here. So it'll probably come up real quick if I just type Jagmeat. Ooh, Jagmeat. There we go. And I got to keep it off camera because boy, oh boy. Because there could be some spicy stuff on Twitter, and I don't want it to just show up on there. Holy cow. Okay, it's not the same clip, but this is another clip of him on the news talking before he made the new promise.
You said on Monday that the Prime Minister should resign.
Today I'm calling on Justin Trudeau to resign. He has to go.
You are calling for Justin Trudeau's resignation, and yet you are not willing to vote non-confidence. Why not declare no confidence in the Liberal government?
We have Justin Trudeau who's more focused on fighting his own party than fighting for people. So it became very clear to me he can no longer continue that role. He's got to resign.
You said on Monday, and again, these are your words, not mine, that Justin Trudeau and the Liberals are focused only on themselves and not on Canadians.
Justin Trudeau and the Liberals are focused on themselves. They're fighting themselves instead of fighting for Canadians.
And yet you are the one who holds the power to actually put this to Canadians, but you are single-handedly keeping the Liberal government in power. Why is your support for them still on the table?
Well, right now there is no vote that would trigger an election, but what I'm saying is Justin Trudeau has shown to...
Okay. I got to answer this question real quick. So Light Giver asks for $10 in a super chat. Thank you very much, by the way. Please explain why Jughead's pension is tied to the Libs. So the reason why his pension is... You should have at least 700 likes. I don't know what's going on. Come on, guys. You can do it. You guys can make it happen. Hit that like button. You can make it happen. We're at 490 likes. Let's get that up. Let's get that way up there. So the deal is, this is how it works. Jagmeet Singh's pension kicks in, or he's eligible for a pension in February. He's been waiting all this time, you know, right down to the wire. If he stays in that job until February, he could quit or retire or whatever. It doesn't matter afterwards. He would still get his pension. But if he's not an MP before February, then he just gets paid back all of his contributions into it, and he never gets his pension. This is how it works, right? Now, I gotta show this. I gotta show this. So here's 338 Canada. So anybody can look this up on 338 Canada. Look up a riding. So he's in Burnaby South, which
At apartments.com, every time a new listing is added.
no ads. No ads. Please, no ads. So Burnaby, am I not spelling that way? Oh, Burnaby. So Burnaby South is his riding, which is turned into it's actually Burnaby. Yeah, Vancouver, Fraserview, South Burnaby. So this is his new riding. Jackass, Squishy, and Pinto Beans with $2 says poutine is one good thing from Canada. Yeah, it is. It's delicious. You got to get it with the squeaky cheese though. So this is his riding. So if we had an election before February, he's a distant third. He's third running. The Conservatives are going to win his seat. That's where we're at. So he won't. If we go to an election, he's done. He's done, and he won't get his pension. And he's so close to getting his pension, and he's really concerned about that. And that's his prerogative. Now, the reason why he's tied to the Liberals is because the Liberals are in a minority government. So, you know, you have the House of Parliament, the ruling party. You would think would be the majority party, but it doesn't always work out that way. They can't always be the majority because there's multiple parties. It's not just two parties. If it was a two-party system, it would always be, 51% or greater. They're the ruling party, and then that's it, right? And usually, if you're the ruling party, there's no reason to go to an election, typically, unless you think you have some political leverage to get a bigger showing at the next election. So you typically wait it out until it's over, until the time runs out, and then the election is mandated by statute. So instead, what the government is trying to do is hold on to power, but they're a minority. So they made this not a coalition. It wasn't a coalition because there's rules around coalitions. They made what they called a supply and confidence agreement. What the Liberals said was, we'll supply you with things that you want, and you give us confidence. And confidence meaning you won't vote us out of government. You won't call for an election. And that's why they're tied together. So the Liberals can't stay in power without the NDP holding them in power. Now the power balance has been broken because the Bloc Québécois looks like they might even vote against Trudeau, and they could trigger an election. We'll see how that works. Trish Prue with a $2.79 super chat says his office in Burnaby is in Burnaby Central. Oh, so it's not that? That's not the riding, South Burnaby? Or that's just where his office is? I'm not sure. Burnaby Central Federal. Is that his riding though? Because I'm pretty sure he's South Burnaby. Because if it is, then he does have a contest in the next election. Yeah, his riding was split into two, and I thought his was in the other one, the one I showed earlier. I could be wrong. This could be his riding. And then this one, now he's in this is in a contest with the Conservatives. So that's a tough one. He's never there anyways. No, and that's the joke. Even Alex Zoltan, he went there to see if anybody was in. They were apparently open one day a week, but nobody was there on that 1 or 2 days a week or something like that. Yes, yes is a hard answer. I asked too many questions. So this is his riding. Yeah, so he could lose it. He could lose his seat. I thought it was the other riding, which would have been definitely him losing his seat. He's from Brampton. Yeah, but it's like all the politicians, you know, like Max Bernier running in Lisgar, right? They pick their riding. They don't always go and represent the people that they actually live with or even know. This, again, is more stuff to just make you feel really cynical about politics in general, is this stuff. No staff. Yeah, he's not even from BC. Nope, not even from the province. And he's representing. That's the problem. There is no representation. There is no representation in politics. But that's where we're at. So where has he gone to? He's gone to the next step. He's no longer gonna be vague. He's just gonna lie to you. And this is the reality. I don't believe this one iota. This is just comical at this point. This is comical. I'm gonna get this up on the big screen here so we can all see this. So Jagmeet Singh says, Justin Trudeau failed in the biggest job a prime minister has, to work for the people. No, not the powerful. The NDP will vote to bring this government down and give Canadians a chance to vote for a government who will work for them. And how is he going to do that? Let's have a look. Oh, that didn't even help. It didn't even make it bigger. Little fine print here. Jagmeet Singh with his fine print. So here we go. December 20th, 2024, fellow Canadians. I got a super chat here. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Come on over. Iron Pelvis with $2 says, I heard Jagmeet was from LaSalle. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah. The accent would make sense because he does have an accent like that area. But let's get into this. So, fellow Canadians, he's not addressing the Prime Minister. He's not addressing Parliament. He's addressing my fellow Canadians. That's what I'm told. Yeah, I don't know. He's got the accent for it though. The Canadian dream is a good job that gets you a home and a fridge full of groceries. When was that? Is that a stated thing? Is that like back in when the nation was founded? With enough left over to save for vacations. Yeah, this guy's out of touch. A country where healthcare is always there as soon as you need it. I believe every Canadian deserves that. Brian Oliver with $5 super chat says, I'm cautiously optimistic with PP, Pierre Poilievre. All politicians sound good until they get in office. Even Trudeau sounded good until he got voted in. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Absolutely keep that in mind. And like I said, I knew he was full. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind while we move forward. And before you guys give like me and Marty such a hard time for being critical, because it will happen. What do you think of the PPC? I'm not getting into that right now. The Trudeau Liberals said a lot of things. Sorry, the Trudeau Liberals said a lot of the right things. Then they let people down again and again, just like all socialists, right? Justin Trudeau failed in the biggest job a prime minister has, to work for people, not the powerful, to focus on Canadians, not themselves. It feels like story time with Jimmy. The Liberals don't deserve another chance. This is why the NDP will vote to bring down the government. Bring it down. Bring it down to the ground. We're going to bring her down, everybody, and give Canadians a chance to vote for a government who will work for them, no matter who is leading the Liberal Party. This government's time is up. We will put forward a clear motion of non-confidence in the next sitting of the House of Commons. He's going to let the people decide. I think what got to him was the fact that myself and other people were calling him out and saying, because what he essentially was saying was, I'm not going to let the Conservatives get into government. I'm not going to let the conservatives get in because the conservatives are going to cut all the things that I want. Well, just look around. Just look around. Everybody wants the conservatives in government. This is the reality. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. It's just insane. Yeah, the majority of people want conservatives in government. So to go against that is actually anti-democratic. To say, no, I'm unilaterally going to decide who gets to be in government all by myself and go against this information that's readily available. That's anti-democratic. I call for Justin Trudeau to resign, and he should. That's different than calling for an election, Jimmy. You know the difference. He can't fix healthcare. He can't build homes you can afford. He can't lower your bills. What did Jagmeet say before? He's like, the problem with the houses is they keep building expensive houses. They need to start making cheap houses. This is the guy that wants to be prime minister someday. Oh, Revanth Reddy with a 279 super chat. Kalistani Jagmeet hacked Canada political class. Yeah, he hacked it. He hacked it. He doesn't deserve his position, and they know that, and he knows that they know that. Even his party wants rid of him. I've always fought for the people. I fought like hell to get dental care, free birth control, and diabetes medication. I didn't give up when Justin Trudeau said no. I won't let Pierre Poilievre take it all away. The next fight is a big one. Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives will give CEOs and big businesses anything they want and make callous cuts to pay for it. They will cut healthcare, childcare, housing, and people's pensions. Whose pensions? Whose pensions, Jimmy? Whose pensions? I know whose pensions. Canadians can come together and build a country where we take better care of each other. A country where we create jobs. Wait, who creates those jobs? The big businesses that you just said earlier. Wait, you're going to take all their money away so they can't create jobs. Wait, you're just having a hard time squaring that circle. Here's something wild. Singh's brother, says Iron Pebbles for the $5 super chat. Singh's brother-in-law donated but was forced to take it back. Why? Is that illegal for you to vote for your own brother-in-law? Or donate to the... Wow. That's interesting. Canadians can come together and build a country where we take better care of each other, a country where we create jobs, good jobs, stand up to the threats of Trump's tariffs, and where everyone has a chance to succeed. I'll be working hard to build a movement that can win the next election. Join me in this fight. You're not winning anything, Jimmy. You're not winning anything. This is the kind of sentiment that you hear around Canada about Jimmy.
Jagmeet Singh has to be the biggest cockroach in Canadian politics. A recent poll came out that 67% of Canadians want an election now. But the Maserati Marxist himself, Jagmeet Singh, won't vote non-confidence.
Iron Pelvis clarifying there. Donated to the convoy. Okay, good to know. That's hilarious. That's really funny. Oh boy. Yeah, his brother-in-law donated to the convoy. By the way, thank you, Ryan Garrettson, for posting this and making it available so we can show it on the stream.
A clear majority of Canadians want an election. They want to vote Pierre Poilievre in, but Jagmeet won't allow it. Honestly, it's pretty pitiful if you ask me. The word Singh means lion, loyal, honorable, strong.
It means lion? Like he's been lying his ass off about everything? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun of people with the last name Singh, but this guy's lying. He's been lying through his teeth.
just. And the name Singh was given to us by a king who lost his entire family to fight for his political vision, to fight for the innocent. But Jagmeet Singh, as a political leader, is a disgrace to that name.
Yeah.
He's a disgrace to the turban that he wears. He's a disgrace to his beard. Resign and let Canadians vote. Jagmeet Singh has
Oh, is that a Sikh thing? You're a disgrace to your beard. Cut your beard off. You disgrace. You horrible man. You should... I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive to Sikh people who aren't jerks. You know what I mean? Of course. But I didn't know that was a thing. Is that a thing? Let me know. Rolex sign. Hair is holy. The holy hair. You can't take it off. It's an extreme disgrace to cut their beard. Wow. The beard matters more than you. Facts. He should cut his beard. Lion sing. Wow. Lion. Just Jagmeet Lion. Movember is over, sing. There we go. How about only shave off half left side? Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans with a $5 super chat. Most people of Indian heritage in the U.S. are conservative. Look at Trump's appointments. Yeah. See, the thing is, like, the Indo community, actually the Indo community are pretty not happy with what Trudeau's immigration has been all about. Turning the most, sought after or highest reputation immigrants in the West or in Canada, and overnight changing that image completely. Like, the reality you have to realize, what you have to realize is our immigration system used to be the best. So anyone that was coming from another country and coming to Canada was like a super high percentage, very what's the word I can use? The very would very much be a benefit to society. Like that was just it was a product of our immigration system. So classy, high value, yeah, all of these words, right? So, no matter what, the natural born people in any country can fall under all kinds of categories. High value, low value, douchebags, all over the place. But the ones that are emigrating out of their countries and going to other places, it all depends on the immigration system that is in the new place. So if you have a system that caters to, what we had, stay classy. I like that. Caters to, we want people with skills. We want people, there's a point system. You have to be able to speak the language. Yeah, at least one of the official languages, all of these things. Then what ends up happening from that? Then the people that comes from these other countries, everyone's like, wow, these people are great. These people are fantastic. Yeah, immigration keeps wages low. Yeah, see, that's what they've been doing. They've just been importing cheap labor and not vetting people, no point system, just allowing people to come in. And that causes a lot of problems. Because then you're getting a lot of the other members of society that, and believe me, we have enough of them already here. Natural born ones. We have a lot of naturally born people that don't want to get a job, don't want to work, don't want to be high productive members of society. We don't need to import any of that. We've got enough of them. That's just the reality. And the reality of the matter is, what it does is it actually creates a brain drain in other places. Unfortunately, some of that brain drain is happening here in Canada. That's why would they? I don't know. That's hard. it's hard to know what that was in reference to. I was thinking more of gulags. Yeah. Thomas the Tank Engine? What? Where are we going? Where are we going with all of this? Anyway, let's move on. So Pierre Poilievre made a statement saying, yeah, well, I'm going to call you on your bluff. I'm absolutely going to call you on your bluff, Jagmeet, because it's inconsequential for you to talk today about what you're going to do later in January. We're talking after Trump becomes president. Like, they're not coming back for a bit. So he's calling the bluff.
Today we saw the next episode of the chaotic clown show that is costing Canadians.
I love it.
After 9 years of this NDP Liberal government. Justin Trudeau, who egomaniacally holds on to power even though 80% of Canadians want to fire him. And then you have Jagmeet Singh, who, after he duped you all and claimed he'd ripped up his deal with Trudeau, voted 8 times to keep Trudeau in office over the last session of Parliament. This cannot go on. And that is why, in just a few moments, I will be writing the Governor-General, asking her to urgently reconvene Parliament and require a non-confidence vote so the Prime Minister can judge whether he stays in power, continuing to ruin our country, or whether we get an axe the tax election to allow Canadians to take back control of their lives and their country.
That's it. That's it. Call his bluff. Calling the bluff. And that's really what it comes down to. Okay, so you promised that you're going to do it. Let's get right back. Let's not even take a break. We're not even going to go have a holiday. Let's go right back. We can go back before Christmas and get that non-confidence vote happening. Get that non-confidence vote happening. Because my guess here in this, when it comes to Jimmy, is that he's not gonna come forward with it. Either he's not gonna do it at all. He's not gonna do it at all. He'll wait for all that time to pass, and then he'll be like, oh, things change. There's a different dynamic, and I don't want the Conservatives to get into government, like he said before. He doesn't want the Conservatives to get it. Or he'll try to pull one of these like switcheroos where he puts forward a motion, and the motion is like, I don't know, a motion to call on the government to do something in the future to call non-confidence. Or, he can pull whatever out of his orifices that he wants. He's giving a promise for a future date, a later date in the future. He could have done this week. He could have voted on the motion that was completely with his own words. Conservatives put that motion forward, and he voted against it. In fact, he didn't even show up to vote for it or against it. He did it electronically. This is the reality. Oh, it's cynical. Again, it's so very cynical. Of course, other people are putting their own motions up, putting their own things up. Northern Perspective, demanding a general election. We're leading the charge in a petition to demand a general election. Canadians have had enough. It's time for us to decide who will lead this country. Sign today. And then they have this here.
We, the undersigned residents of Canada from coast to coast, call upon the House of Commons in Parliament assembled to urgently demand that the Prime Minister advise the Governor-General to dissolve Parliament and call an immediate general election so Canadians, not the leader of the NDP, can decide who should govern and address the pressing issues facing our nation. Will it be successful? I don't know. But you don't not do something because you don't know if it'll succeed.
Give it a go.
You do something because it's the right thing to do.
We want to say a very special thank you to MP for Peterborough Kawartha, Michelle Ferrari, for sponsoring this petition for us.
Fiery Ferrari.
And we hope that all of you will sign this petition. We hope that over the holidays you're able to show this petition to your family members, your friends, and get them to sign it too, because Canada's future is at stake.
We, the undersigned residents of Canada from...
That's it. That's it. So this is a petition. It's gone out. Let's pop this up. Boop. So the petition's there. I can put it right in the chat so everybody has a copy of it. Get on over, give it a sign. Make that happen. I don't even know when they read it by. Yeah. Oh, close for signatures. January 18th. So, I mean, it's pushing it out. But it's still before they come back. So we'll see how many signatures we can get on this. This is fantastic. Thanks to Ryan and Tanya for putting that together. Michelle Ferrari for sponsoring it and making it a possibility. With me being a permanent resident, does my signature count? It's a good question. You'd have to read the rules. Go in there. It'll tell you right on the thing when you go to sign it. I don't want to click it because I don't want it to autofill some dox myself. Because I have it set up on my computer. But yeah, go check it out. The rules will be clear on there. It'll stipulate who's eligible to sign it. So that's for sure. So make sure you're only signing it if you're eligible, because at the end of the day, I think they void those ones if they find it out. Michelle posted on YouTube today and her volume was off. LOL. We all make mistakes. I posted to YouTube and the audio was garbled. My second video today, all the clips that I was using, they were all garbled. And I was at work. when I realized, because somebody was gracious enough to send me a message and tell me that was what went down. Northern Perspective gets a decent amount of viewers these days. Yeah, absolutely, because they're doing a great job. That's the reality. They're killing it. They're killing it because what else can you say? Doing a great job. Yes, I commented on that, Clyde. Well, there you go. So yeah, a lot of people gave me the heads up. So we make mistakes. I mean, holy cow! When you have that much stuff on your plate, sometimes it gets past the good old quality control. It got past me this morning, that's for sure. That's what happened. What else do we have here? We also have Marty up north. He's got this a writing campaign. It's an open letter to the Governor General of Canada. It's time to dissolve Parliament and restore faith, stability, and direction to our country. Now, remember, the Governor General does have the ability to dissolve government. The Governor General can make the decision if it's a stalemate like it is right now. This is actually the time that the Governor General ought to be exercising that power, is when it's clear that the people are in a completely different direction and are being stalemated by politicians who have no longer have the consent of the governed. And then this is the mechanism to get rid of that. What else would you call it but a dictator at this point, when they're trying to ram laws down our throats and they know that they don't have the support of the people? That's what that is. Been watching Clyde for over a year. So happy to see his channel keep growing. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jasmine. Thank you. And has it ever been growing recently? It's great. Appreciate it. If we don't have an election called before January 18th, Jagmeet gets his pension. There's a minimum 39 days from when an election is called to when it takes place. At the end of the day, do we try to punish Jagmeet and get his pension taken away? I mean, that would be the icing on the cake. At the end of the day, I care little about that. I just want to get on with Canada. And what I don't want to happen is I don't want Trudeau to step down. I actually want Trudeau to stay in the office of Prime Minister. And I'm not kidding about that. I'm very serious. I want him to stay in his position because that's exactly what will lose more liberal seats. And I'm not being shy about it. The liberals are not being shy about it. This is what's fueled the sentiment from all of those liberals. This is what's fueled them to say, Trudeau, you got to step down. Jackass whiskey and pinto beans for $5. I may be unreasonable, but think of the first priority for deportation from the U.S. should not be violent criminals, but illegal Canadians in the U.S. Well, both. I don't know if they should both be top priority. Anyone who's like, this is a very simple rule. A very simple rule. If you go to a foreign country and then you subsequently commit a crime, and I'm not talking after becoming citizen, I'm talking about like as a temporary or even permanent residence, if it goes into like violent crime stuff, not jaywalking. We're not talking about jaywalking. We're not talking about stuff. But if you're being granted access to the country and in turn you terrorize the citizenry, adios, and that's it. Goodbye. I mean, you might have to serve some time first, and then on the day that you get out, right to right to the pier. Put you on a boat. Forget it. Oh no, it probably cost us too much. Boats are expensive these days. But yeah, no. Love it. Love it. Look at the thumb. Look at the avatar. Oh, and the name Trudeau tampon for $6.99 super chat. The third world drops of its the third walled. I'm terrible with typos, guys. It's the dyslexia. It really gets to me. The third world drops of its fam here, runs businesses back home. Why is Punjab the most spoken language in Canada? It's because a giant swath of the recent immigrants are from Punjab, a particular area of Punjab. And that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case. Merry Christmas. Ihifu? Is that, am I reading that right? Yeah, no, it shouldn't be the case. I mean, if the argument is that we should have this melting pot of cultures, why do we have monoculture immigration? Like, I know we do have people coming from other places, but like, why so many from that region? That's just wrong. It's not right. It's not in the interest of the way we're even describing what we're trying to accomplish. So yeah, if it's a melting pot, we should have a melting pot. We shouldn't have one particular group, because it doesn't breed the what would it be, how can I put this right? It doesn't breed the culture or the incentives necessary for people to assimilate into the culture and absorb a Canadian outlook on life. What happens is when you have too many people from one region or one place, and you bring them and you put them into one region of another geographical location, it just becomes an enclave of the place that they came from. That's just the way things work. There's no incentive to learn the language, all of that stuff. Clyde, can you please say Neil Cole's name so he stops posting the same thing over and over again? Okay, done. I said it. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans for $2 says Samantha B has terrorized me with her comedy. It's not what I'm getting at. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, if you have enclaves, so, and I'll explain my reasoning here. When I moved to Japan, I had a purpose when I moved to Japan. My wife is from Japan. We went there so I could learn the culture, the language, all of these things. And I knew quickly that if I just went to the area of town where, you know, only the foreigners, all the foreigners hang out and everybody speaks in English, then I'll just stick with that, and that's all I'll ever do. Because there are those neighborhoods, and that's it. People have been there for decades and decades, and I'm not throwing any shade at anybody, because I have people there that are my friends that are like that. But it's not what I wanted to do, and to be honest, that's not what the country is looking for in immigration. That's the way it is. But so what I did was I went and I got a job working at a place where nobody spoke English. And yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. So when people come to Canada and they're like, yeah, but it's hard. I know. I actually know. I know exactly what that's like. So don't give me that. Don't give me that. It's hard. And I did it. It was hard for my wife when she came here, and she did it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Jail? What do you mean jail? No, yeah. Well, if you commit crimes, no, you shouldn't have you should lose your immigration status. That's pretty straightforward. That's not even a negotiable. But of course, I have to share this. This was a great post from gov.exe is corrupt. The face you make when your party is collapsing and MPs are jumping ship, but you're still not being offered a cabinet position. So this is Mark Garrettson, famous doughhead. I don't know where he's from, but he's a MP, and he's an oldie but a goodie. It is just being repurposed. I can't look at that face without just cracking up. He almost looks like Andy Kaufman. Yeah, this guy. I mean, how bad is it that, you know, he's he's been in Parliament for all his time during all these shuffles, and still not gonna happen. In Japan, save face. In Canada, save beard. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. It's hard. It's hard to make it in Japan with a beard, because most people don't want bearded people around. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't get the no beard face thing. It's I get that some people want to have no beard, but the rules, like, you can't have a beard and work for this company. No, I'm gonna have a beard. Iron Pelvis with a $5 super chat. We don't have a melting pot. It's a cultural mosaic. Well, okay, yeah, the U.S. is the melting pot, and that happened when Trudeau Sr. passed the Multicultural Act in 1985. Yeah, he did a whole bunch of numbers on us. He was the one who pitched the idea that Canadians should not like Americans. And I deeply resent that. Because I guess I'm half American, but I love America. I love Canada. I love America. And every time you bring this up, you get people saying, like, yeah, but America poo-poo on this, or, you know, whatever, you know, we all have our problems, but it's great. And, you know, we share so much culturally with the United States. And I'll say this again, you know, people, you know, where I live in British Columbia, we have more in common with people in Washington State than we do with people in, I don't know, Manitoba, people in New Brunswick. You know, we've got more in common. We're that close. It's unbelievable that people don't see it that way. Jennifer O'Connell, another loser. Oh, yeah, that one? Yeah. Yep. She's pretty just awful. Just an awful woman. That's true. Yes, it is true. We have a lot in common. And this is what inspired this the flags, by the way. Because you guys know, like, for people that have been around long enough, before I was evicted from my last place and I had to give away my piano, I always had the piano in the background. And that was inside my studio that I built, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I wanted to bring something of equal, I don't know, pleasantness to the eyes with that being, you know, without having a piano, right? Oh, the piano, sad. Yeah, right. But no, good news though is I gave it to a good friend, and he takes really good care of it. So that it's his piano now, and I know it's in good hands. So it didn't end up at a landfill like a lot of other pianos unfortunately do. So I'm stuck with playing electric piano these days. This is the way it is. Brad Bounds of the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I like Americans, nice people. Absolutely. Where are his mom memes? I don't know. Mom memes. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans with another $5 super chat. Saying you have a lot in common with the state of Washington ain't much. Washington is a progressive cesspool. Get out of the city. There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good people there. I mean, like culturally, British Columbia, we're a liberal cesspool, progressive cesspool as well, right? So much the same, brother. This you know, par for the course on that one. Absolutely. I married one. What, a liberal cesspool? Are you married to an American? They're my family, in my opinion. Yeah, we are a family. We are a family. There are some things that I think a lot of Canadians would do well in getting over this thing that Pierre Elliott Trudeau bestowed upon us with this anti-Americanism, which of course he was a big fan of Chairman Mao, which he was one of the biggest murderous, horrible people in all of human history. Hey Clyde, if you're gonna stay in BC, I have a 1904 mansion and what's that, Reich, that you would be welcome to. Well, no, we're not going to stay in BC because we have to leave this town. Right now we're forking out cash to stay in this town as long as we're waiting for immigration to happen. And then once that's done, then it's boop. Yeah, post-nationalist. The Trudeau legacy, starting with Pierre and then ending hopefully with the current Trudeau when that ends. U.S. trolling Trudeau and and us vividly of late. I love it. I'm having fun with it. And I think Trump is doing it out of love for the rest of us and out of disdain for Trudeau. Absolutely. No one with the $5 super chat. If by electric piano, do you mean Rhodes or Worley, Roland, XP30 or Phantom? If you mean FM DX7 style electric piano, Zork 01W or Yamaha SY99. I love those electric pianos. No, they're fantastic. Those are all nice. Ours is a Casio. It's got weighted keys and all the stuff. It's not the same as the acoustic piano though. You know, I mean, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And I love everything that you just mentioned. Absolutely. So thanks for mentioning that. I appreciate that. But if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And I'm sure you do. Just having that. I mean, I even learned how to tune a piano because I had it, and during COVID, nobody would come to tune it, and that was it. And so I had to learn how to tune it. Ravanith, ready. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. 279 says, don't you feel bad international students cheated by the government? Don't I feel bad that they're cheated by the government? I think so. That's a tricky one, because what it is you have a situation where they were tricked not only by our government but by scammers in India, and they were tricked by a number of people. So what would be the suggested solution in that? Now, if you would say, well, they should be able to sue the government and then also sue those other people, I'd say, well, now you're suing the taxpayer. So is that eligible? Or like, obviously the case in the matter is it doesn't mean that they get to stay. That's not the solution there. That's not the solution. But like if a scammer from India calls my granny and scams her out of her life savings, who's at fault? Who's at fault there? The scammer, obviously. My granny partially for falling for it. Do I get to go after random people in India and say, you need to pay this back? That's not fair. That's not fair at all. So yeah, if something has been done to somebody and they've been roped into a scheme that wasn't in their interest, and when they're signing the documents, it says temporary, and yes, they've been told by people, have been told by lawyers that, oh, don't worry that it says temporary. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna do our corrupt little thing and make it work for you. I feel bad for them, but I don't feel that what they're asking for is commensurate with what should just be justifiably done in this situation. Does that make sense? So I do feel bad for them that they got scammed. I just don't think that we should pay for it. No one with $5 super chat says, I meant Korg 01W, misspelling. Forgiven. All's forgiven. But also, I can sneak in the Yamaha Motif series, or if you got money, Yamaha Montage equals super electric pianos. They're all nice. They're all nice, man. They're all nice. Yeah, I love them all. I love them all. I dork out. I geek out at the music store when I go there, playing all the electrics. But I always gravitate towards the acoustic area. And nowadays, like it's hard to find like stores that have like a proper acoustic pianos. It's all electric, but they're often mimicking acoustic pianos, and the feel is getting really good with it. They're getting really good at making mock acoustic pianos, and who knows, maybe one day I might find myself with one of those. But my plan was when I'm able to buy a home down in Texas, I want to buy an acoustic piano again. I want to get one, and it would be really cool to get like an old player piano, like a saloon style piano. I'd love to have one of those. Nothing beats acoustic. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. They're so cumbersome, and they oh yeah, Craigslist pianos, they're always in there. They're always in there. I can't have one now. There's no way. I couldn't manage that. No way possibly. You need a nice upright. That's what I'm talking about. Like a saloon piano. If I'm gonna move to the south, I want a saloon piano. Drag racing is going the way of a piano. Like disappearing? Like people aren't getting them anymore? Are you going to the States even if Pierre wins? We have to leave. We have to leave where we're at right now. So yeah, even if Pierre wins, we'll still be down there, but I'm still going to be doing Canadian content for sure. Trump is a master troll. He's doing his thing, entertaining us at the same time. Yeah, he is. You're going from Canada to Texas? That's bold. Yeah, why not? If you're gonna make a move. I mean, going from Canada to Japan, was that not bold? I did that and then back. Get a banjo. Perhaps I will. Perhaps I will. Anyway, so we're just past the 2-hour mark, and I'd love to take this over to the Discord. If anybody is already a Discord user, one of my mods, they'll put a link to the Discord in the chat right here. The link is in the description down below as well. Love doing these Friday night catch-ups. They're always great. Jackass whiskey and pinto beans for $5. Right at the end here, saying the recent problem with international students is they are getting worthless degrees and not degrees in STEM. Yeah, STEM or trades, or all the things that would possibly be the things that we need. We need more skilled people. I think the number one thing that they're getting is like business management degrees from like sham universities above a McDonald's or a rub and tug, that kind of thing. It isn't about education. It's about milking the students with overpriced education. That is what it is. That's what it is. It's a scam. They're all getting scammed. We're getting scammed and they're getting scammed. And the thing is, at the end of the day, while I feel bad for them for having been scammed, you can't continue to scam us. That's it doesn't work out. You don't like alleviate the problem from one group. Allow them to sue these colleges if that's the case. Make room for them to sue the colleges. And then you know what the repercussions of that are? No more sham colleges. Oh no! Oh, I'm melting. Of course, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Texas despises Austin, Clyde. Yeah, I hear about that. You need to do Rogan when you get to Texas. Yeah, I wouldn't say no. Let's just say that. But yeah, that's a big jump. Got your shirt and love it. 2XL fits good. Awesome, Joe. I'm stoked about that. Sue the college from India. Yeah, that's it. Do it from there. Anyway, I'd love to carry on the chat. I'm sure there's a bunch of people already in the Discord. If you're a Discord user, head on over there. We're going to continue the conversation. I'd love to hear what other people are saying, and I like hearing other people's point of view, that kind of thing. So get on over. If you're not a Discord user, that's fine. You can become a Discord user. If not, we'll see you in the next one. But Discord's another social media. It's similar to I guess like Facebook Messenger, where you can hang out and there's really good voice and video chat channels. And this is where we take the conversation. Now, mind you, the Discord link is only open during these live streams. So once after the live stream, then the link is no longer available. We do this because we don't want a lot of trolls in the community. Obviously, we have trolls. We had trolls in the chat tonight, so we'll probably get some trolls in the community, but they're easy to spot. And yeet, that's the way it goes. So we try to keep the community kosher and fun for people to come in and enjoy themselves and have chats with each other. That's the whole point. And of course, looking forward to anyone who wants to join on the 25th. I believe it's the 25th. I'll just double check that. We're going to give more information about this coming up soon. Not the 25th of this month, because that's Christmas, No, not on Jesus' birthday. This is going to be later. This is going to be the 25th of January. That's right. And that's going to be in Squamish, British Columbia at the Shady Tree. I believe we're going to do the Shady Tree. I'm going to go down there and make sure that they're okay with that. But we'll do the Shady Tree. And they do great wings there, by the way. They do fantastic wings. Bring the community together. As many people would like to come out, just come on down. We're going to make this a thing, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be great for everybody. Penny D with the last minute $5 super chat says, what I want to know is what happened to the little red piano on the floor, and how many guys did it take to move it? That one went to charity, unfortunately. We couldn't keep it, but I'm sure it's going to make some children very happy somewhere else. That was a fun little piano. And it took at least 4 of us to move it. It was a real hefty one. Anyway, thank you all for tonight. This was a lot of fun. And the link's right there. The link's right there for the Shady, so we can head over there. It's not a definite thing because there's that, but we're definitely going to be doing this. So keep up with the channel for updates on that one. We're going to make sure that everybody gets together and in the same place at the same time. It definitely will be on that date. Marty's already got his flights booked, and we got room for Marty, and that's all happening. So if you're available, or if you're in the area and you want to make sure you're available, make sure you got the time off or whatever you got to do. Anyway, we'll see you all in the next one, everybody.